You know you can't click off this video, right? You're here. You're my prisoner for the next 20 minutes or 10 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes or so. You have to stay with me. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Vibey Bonnet. That intro did not give off the right vibes. I'm sorry for that. But thank you for staying if you are still watching. Now let's switch up the vibes for a second. Today we are going to do a bonnet talk, and that is where I just talk about kind of whatever is trending or whatever is on my mind in the moment, and we just have a conversation about it. So in my mind, you are responding every time I say something. Thank you for your response. But today I wanted to discuss Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, it's Mufasa.
Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa.
I wanted to discuss Mufasa the Lion King. Now, I just saw it last week, and it wasn't bad at all, but in my mind, I was thinking, do we need it? Obviously not, no. But was it bad to the point I wanted to walk out? Also, no. It was just a very average movie. It was very much so exactly what I expected. When the trailer first came out, my initial thoughts were, who on earth asked for Mufasa's origin story? It is interesting, but knowing Disney and the current landscape of their films and how they don't put in as much effort as they used to, I was just like, yeah, it's just going to be a movie without anything that necessarily added to The Lion King. And I was correct. Mufasa the Lion King, a 2024 live action film. It starts off with Mufasa as a young cub. He is unfortunately separated from his parents because of a flood, and then he is washed away to fend for himself. And then he encounters Taka, aka Scar or Ascari. Well, the movie's calling him Taka, so his name is Taka. But Taka, he puts his little claws when he's trying to lift him up. He's like digging in him, which was weird. In my opinion, that was kind of weird to see because is Disney paying like homage to Mufasa's death? Not not homage, but if it's a reference. But it's weird to reference that, even though it is the most iconic scene in The Lion King. Why are y'all doing that? Like, you're supposed to show that they had a heartfelt relationship, so it was just in Scar's nature to just continuously dig his paws. Mufasa is traumatized if that's the case, because throughout this movie, we see Scar do it, I believe, twice. And then in The Lion King, when they're older, he does it again. Mufasa got some trauma from that. But back to my discussion of the movie, Taka, he lifts up Mufasa, and eventually Taka introduces Mufasa to his family, and his mom is like, we can't take you in because you're stray, but he doesn't have any parents, and he's like, I will contribute, please just let me stay. Eventually, Mufasa and Taka's mom, they become closer, and she eventually raises him as her own. Taka's mom is training Mufasa. A whole bunch of white lions, they pull up. I don't know why they pulled up. I think they just had beef. They was like, we about to be the only lions around here. We're not about to work as a tribe and be a very strong unit. No, why would we want that? We want power. So they attack Mufasa and Taka's mother, and Taka is nearby. He sees this and he just runs away. And I'm like, now, compared to The Lion King Scar, the animated Scar, because I did not watch The Lion King 2019 because that movie looked ashy.
Dry. Real dry.
But Scar would not do that, right? Scar's characteristics is very cunning, sly, sneaky. Like, he seems like the type that will run up behind you and like sneak you from behind rather than actually getting in your face and confront you. That's the vibe I get from Scar. I don't get like punk though. I don't get coward to where he would let his mom just get like killed most likely by a pack of lions. But Mufasa saves Taka's mom, and because of this, Taka's father is like, yeah, you are worthy, you earn my respect, and I am forever in your debt. But the lions, they get word that one of their own was harmed, so because of that, is like, all right, so you, Mufasa and Taka, you guys go ahead, get to safety, while we will stay back and fight. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this is when I fell asleep after that. It was a good intro. I loved it. It was actually good. I was like, okay, I am invested. But I fell asleep, and my friend told me that I actually fell asleep at the right time because apparently not much really happened. He actually said that the second part was the weakest part. Now, when I woke up, it was during the song. And so far in this video, I have not discussed the music or even the animation, but the music was actually solid. Obviously, it's not going to compete with old classic Disney where they had bangers upon bangers that I still listen to this very day because it slaps. Obviously, they cannot replicate that, unfortunately. But the brother, don't put your paws on my brother. That song, it's an earworm. It's not a banger, and I know bangers, but it's cool. I didn't mind it. And the intro song with Mufasa's parents, I thought it was a cute song. But in my opinion, my favorite song was Mufasa and Sarabi. I believe that is his girl's name. Their song, I thought it was very sweet. It was giving, can you feel the love tonight? It was giving that vibe, but modern. And again, I was asleep during this part, but it then transitioned to Scar singing, and I put it all together. And I'm like, I know damn well Scar, the Scar, my villainous, cunning, evil Scar, is not about to try to kill Mufasa over a girl. But yes, that is exactly what happened. So Scar's jealousy began to build up. He was jealous that Mufasa took Sarabi from him. He was jealous about the affection of that Mufasa began to receive, but which to me doesn't really make sense because I didn't mention it earlier, but when Taka abandoned his mother and wanted her to fend for herself, his mom still forgave him. She said, "I know your moment of courage will come soon." And his dad found out about it too, and he was like, "We will just lie. We're not even going to say anything because you're my son and I need you to be representative of a king." And it's like, if your parents hated you, they would not do that. They're still showing love. I mean, obviously his mother is showing more affection and love than his father, but his father was still writing for him. He's like, "You're my son. I'm not gonna let you go out like that." But it bothered Scar to the point that he went to the White Lion, revealed the location of Mufasa, where he was currently in the Pride Lands with all the other lions. And Mufasa, he rallies up the troops. He convinces all of the other animals to begin to come together and defend themselves to protect their area against the white lions. And we transition to a scene later on where Mufasa is fighting the big white lion. I have no idea what his name is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna call him the Bye Bye Man because his song, he said bye bye. That was, I hated that song so much. It was, bruh, he thought he killed Mufasa, and this lion, this man, he said bye bye. You're a villain. How are you a threat if you're saying toodles? Like that'll make no sense. But before the final blow is struck, Scar, he jumps in front of it. And my and I was, ooh, Stitch, I'm being attacked. And I honestly am not surprised that's how Scar retrieved his scar. I obviously knew, well, I'm pretty sure most of us knew that he was going to get it during a fight. And in my mind, I was thinking they have to show that Scar and Mufasa was very close. They were brothers to the point that Scar would risk his life for him, right? In the end scene, Mufasa is labeled and essentially crowned as king because of his courage and because he was able to lead the fight against the White Lions and defeat them for once and all. And Mufasa, he says, as long as you are my brother Tutaka, he says that you will reside in my kingdom. However, I will never call you Taka. That is gone. You're no longer my brother. And I will now refer to you as Scar. Now, I thought the ending was pretty solid. I did like that Mufasa, he said that you're going to stay with me because of our bond, but I will only tolerate you. We're never going to be close again because of that. Now, obviously, in hindsight, that was a mistake for Mufasa to keep Scar, as we all know what happens. But in terms of a good origin story, it shows how Mufasa became king. In my opinion, I felt as though that was really rushed. It took um probably like 5 minutes of conversation, and then animals are like, you know what, Mufasa? Even though I just said to you, why would we listen to you? You're a lion just like them. How do we know you won't also attack us? You are so right. Let me instantly just forget the conversation we just had and let me join you. And in terms of Scar's character, I don't know, once again, if it was mentioned in The Lion King 2019 to where there was a prior relationship with Sarabi and Scar, but that was very weird. It caught me out of nowhere when I'm like, he's really singing about this, and he's like walking past her after he saves Mufasa and just like giving her like a longing look, like a, oh, I wish you were mine, but you're not, so I have to let you go. Man, Scar is not a lover boy. He murdered his own brother. He's evil. And also, too, giving him a backstory, it kind of makes him, in my opinion, seem less menacing. He was so much more intense and, in my opinion, more of a threat in The Lion King because you thought they were actual brothers, or at least from my perspective, I thought they were true blood brothers, even though they didn't look alike. So when Scar kills Mufasa, it's just absolutely heartbreaking. It's like, why would you do that? Just because of your jealousy, because of your pettiness, because you wanted the attention and you wanted the throne so bad, you decided to kill him, and then you're gonna lie to your nephew's face. That is true evilness. But giving him a backstory, it's like it reduces that impact in a way to where it's like, oh, Scar actually held this movie, Mufasa, Lion King 2024. It's implying that Scar held onto his grudge for so long against not being not being able to receive the proper attention from his parents, or being picked or just being overseen by a love interest. This is implying that Scar held on to that for so long that he wanted to wait until they got a little bit older, until Mufasa settled down and then killed him. Like, it's ridiculous. Um, but all in all, not a bad movie. I wish I saved my money. I wish I just watched it on Disney Plus. I think I paid $13. If you're gonna pay that, just get yourself a nice meal. Thank you guys for watching this video. I would love to hear your honest opinions in the comments. I would love to know if you enjoyed this movie and why, or if you hated it. Please tell me why. But thanks, guys. See you next time.